Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Afro Gardener. Today I'm going to be starting some seeds.
So I dream of you, and can I help it if I dream of you every night? Dream of you, and can I help it if I dream of you every night? Dream of you, and can I help it if I dream of you
Hey, so like I said, I'm going to be starting some seeds. I'm really excited because today is April 1st. Oh my gosh, we have 19 days until my last frost date on April 20th. But I try not to get too excited because we may get a frost in May because that's just how it's been the past few years. But I'm going to be starting some dwarf jewel mixed colored nasturtium and some giants of California zinnias. Now I'm going to be starting these in these containers. Now these were originally some bottles that I used for winter sowing. They did not germinate, and so I'm just going to repurpose them for this. And that is something that you can do if you I always reuse soil. Like, I'm going to reuse the soil, especially if nothing happened. The seeds that I sowed in here were just some seeds that I had, and I just considered them duds because they've been out for like 3 months. And so I'm going to be sowing the zinnias first. I'm just going to make some little divots in the soil. And I'm going to be putting 2 seeds per little mini hole that I made. I love flowers. I love flowers. I love flowers. So I'm just going to be putting 2 of these per little section. I don't have my watering can over here, so I'm going to water them off camera. Zinnias are probably they're probably the easiest flowers to grow. They don't take very long, and they're just beautiful. You can use them for cut bouquets. I just really enjoy growing them. And now that I put them in, I'm just going to pinch the soil back over. I did not go very deep because whenever you're starting seeds, there's only so much energy in the seed for it to reach the surface. So you don't want to plant them too deep. And where's my tag? I had a tag. I'm going to put my tag in. So I'm done with this. Now I'm going to plant nasturtium. If y'all don't listen to nothing else I say, grow some nasturtium. Nasturtium, not only is it gorgeous. Now, I haven't grown this variety before. I have grown the Alaskan version and a red burgundy version, but I love nasturtium. They're so beautiful, and it's like the whole plant is edible. You can eat the leaves and the flowers, and they're really good in salads and sautés and things like that. Now I'm going to be planting all of these seeds, and again I'm just going to make a little divot in the soil. And I'm going to be putting 2, I think I'm just going to put 1 because I have another container that I'm going to use. So I'm going to put 1 seed, and this is what they look like. I forgot to show you. Can you see? Ah, I dropped one. I'll get it. But they're these big chunky seeds. They're so big. So I'm going to be dropping these 1 by 1 inside the little divots that I made in the soil. And I'm just going to pinch the soil around it to cover them up. Now this is just regular potting mix. I'm not using seed starting mix. I am using potting mix because I have just found that it just works a lot better. There's a lot more nutrition there, and it just all around works a lot better. Here's my tag, and that is done. Now, Now, I'm not going to do any on camera, but because it is close to my last frost date, and if you do live in zone 7 or a little bit earlier, if you have not already went ahead and indoor sowed your squashes, cucumbers, things like that, now is the time to do that. Now, make sure you take a look at your last frost date. If you have 4 weeks or less before your last frost date, you are able to go ahead and start your squash, zucchini, cucumbers indoors. Now, they only like to be in containers indoors for so long because they get big so fast. It's ridiculous. They get big so fast. So that's why I recommend that you only do it when you have 4 to 6, not even 4 to 6 weeks. When you have 4 weeks or less, 4 weeks or less time before your last frost date. Now, I have already started some off camera the other day, but I will be starting some here soon because we get here in zone 7 where I live in Tennessee, we get squash bugs so bad. The squash bugs are so bad. So I'm growing most of the squashes that I'm going to be growing in grow bags because if I put them in the ground, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And so if you have not gotten those planted already, now is the time where you can go ahead and get those going. I know a lot of people like to direct sow those things, but you know, if it's a cold night or you have animals or whatever the case may be, they may germinate, they may not. It just doing it inside and growing them indoors first just gives me an idea of what all that I have before I really put them in the ground. So say, for example, if I notice that if I start them and I notice, hey, this one didn't come up and I want to have more than one of that variety, or I was counting on that seed, then I'll just go ahead and sow another seed. I hope that makes sense. And it just gives me the ability to kind of gauge how many of a variety or whatever that I'll have. So I'm here at one of my beds. This bed is about 6 to 9 inches high, and so this is where I'll be sowing. I have sown a bunch of my carrots. Now, I'm not sure if the thing about carrots, whenever you're planting carrots, you have got to keep the soil moist until they germinate. That's a big thing. And now the carrots that I've sowed here recently, they're doing great. They're doing really good. But for whatever reason, the beets that I sow in here are just not giving what they're supposed to give. They're just not doing what they're supposed to do. And so I'm going to be sowing. Let me sit y'all down over here. So, oops. Oh, no. So I'm going to be sowing some more of those. I'm going to be sowing these albino beets. They're supposed to be really sweet. They're a 55-day beet, so there's a quick turnaround. It says super sweet white flesh is unusual and tasty. I have sowed so many of these seeds, and some of them, now they're starting to germinate. Once I started, because I had to start covering up this bed with a piece of glass that I had just so to keep my my kitty cat from digging around in here. Now, some other seeds I'm going to be planting are calendula. Now, calendula is frost hardy and it really enjoys the spring. And so, and it grows pretty quickly. So I'm going to be sowing these in here. In the spaces where I was not able to get some of my other things to grow, I'm going to be putting a bunch of these calendula seeds. that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. As always, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.